He speaks geek. Wow. Yes, I do my own sound effects. Well, hello there. It has been a while. How are you all doing? Yes, I'm still alive. I know, I'm as surprised as you. It has been a long time, and I am sorry, guys, but don't worry, this isn't a new year, new me type video thing where I'm like, everything's changed. Unfortunately, a lot of stuff in my personal life took precedent last year, but this year I am back with more videos. I've already started filming some stuff. Although I realised I did that, I started filming stuff and then I shaved, so like pretty much all my hair and beard off, so I will need to refilm those, otherwise halfway through shots I'm going to be like, bearded, non-bearded, bearded, and then, that would just be really, really weird. What am I going to talk about today? What am I going to do for my first video back? Well, I have started already doing something, which I'm really excited about. So I recently anyone who watches my channel knows I'm a big fan of new vintage Star Wars, which is a weird sentence, but I love people trying to continue on the vintage Star Wars sort of line, aesthetic, look, feel, just joy. So, I've spoken loads about Stan Solo, Trash Compactor, Pro Customs, but another big player in the game that I'm a huge fan of, and I've already got quite a few figures of as well, is the Next 17. Now, I've got my Efant Mon was my first one, and it was my first one. It was very gentle. Absolutely amazing figure, a vintage Efant Mon, something I never thought I'd get. I got it in my hands. It was incredible. Then I got two variations. Whoop, 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 whoop. I never knew I needed a Sith Efant, but I did when I got it because I absolutely love it. And then they did Wave 2, and you're like, Wave 2 was just like, you know how when people got like a whole wave up for pre-order, but this time they actually delivered it and it was really good? That's what happened. So we got, I'm doing a full review on these very soon, guys. One of the things I've started filming and will now have to refilm. We've got like Ben Kenobi, but like properly like in his thing, more accurate. And then we got like Luke Jedi Master. We got Jay Qualin right here. Tanis Spijibic, I can never say his name. We've got a young sort of Ben Kenobi as well, which is really good because the Kenobi series came out. And then we got my favourite two, Baby Wampa. But this one is like Bloodlust. It's like a little variation he done, which is really cool. And there he is. And these are even officially canon now, which is great because they're in the latest comics. And then what else did it happen? Oh, loads of accessories as well, like brand new sabers, which have got like a more sort of accurate handle, like a bit of a different way of doing it. Cloaks, and then what else? Oh, I don't know. Maybe we could just make an entire Death Star backdrop system. Yeah, that's fine. You just think, what else can you do? I mean, that's in short space of time. We've got a lot of figures, which is just awesome. And they're great quality. They're awesome. They're fun. They kind of look, look-wise, they look like if, I get the company name, the Next 17. It's like, because some people I know have said about some of the styles, like, it's not very keeping in Kenner, but they're thinking of like a New Hope Kenner. But then actually, if you look at the sort of the last 17 figures, these are much more in line design with that. So like if they did genuinely carry on from that last, that last 17 into the next 17, that doesn't mean there's going to be 17 figures to my knowledge. I bloody well hope not, because I'm hoping for copious amounts of figures forever. But like I said, I'm going to do a big review on these guys soon. But there is a Wave 3 already. Wave 3 already. Here we are. And we got the variants of Wave 2 still to come as well, which are coming hopefully in the next few weeks, which, again, can't wait to look at, can't wait to review, can't wait to start displaying and playing because I'm a giant child, but I absolutely love it. I don't care. No apologies from me. But yeah, Wave 3. Wave 3 is awesome. So we have got, I've got a notepad because I always forget names of things. Because even though I've got a great Star Wars encyclopedic knowledge, the minute I'm put on the spot or on a camera, for example, then I forget things because I'm only human. I'm sorry. So first of all, a couple of things are still available from Wave 2B, which I think is the Jedi Spirit. Well, Jedi Spirits. One is Luke hologram from Return of the Jedi. The other is Ben Kenobi in his sort of Hoth Spirit-y type thing, or Dagobah, or wherever you want to stick him. Stick him wherever you want. They're still available, but they glow in the dark as well. Awesome. I'm a sucker for anything that glows in the dark. I've already nicknamed mine before I even got it, and it's called Globy-1 Kenobi. I know, right? It's you can use it. It's fine. Don't worry. I won't take offense. You can use it. Go on. It's fine. I take it as a compliment. But Wave 3. So Wave 3 is like, you know how everyone always says about like there's certain figures that you always really, really want? Well, this one sort of ticks so many boxes for that sort of I've always wanted that figure made sort of thing. So we've got the Aliens pack, which is four aliens from the Cantina, the Alien Cantina pack, right? So we've got Dazon. The problem is, well, I don't know how you meant to say a lot of these out loud, because I've only sort of seen them written down, or I've just said them in my own head. So I've just made up how I think they're meant to be said, and I was calling it Prince Ixior rather than Shizor for years because I never heard the audiobook. So yeah, Dazon. Boo! Awesome looking figure. The great thing about this as well, it's like taking the concept of like how Kenner, Hasbro, slip of the tongue. Kenner back in the day used to just get like black and white shots from the film or little headshot type things, and used to have to use their imagination all the time to build out the rest of it. Hence how we got the blue snaggletooth, red snaggletooth sort of debacle thing going on, which is now, lives in infamy. But now, this kind of concept, we've had a different version of him in more modern iterations where we've seen whole body species, but this is like taking that idea of like, if Kenner only had which was the costume was just a stick on a head, head on a stick even, stick on a head on a stick, like triangle head on a stick originally. So it's taking what would that body look like? It's got the weird long arms and stuff like that, and the reflex, got metallic gold eyes, which I love. It looks awesome. Can't wait. It's going to be one of the taller figures, which I really do like because it just, again, adds that background. Next, we've got Feltypern or Feltypern. But let's go for like old school things. Goatman. So Goatman, like Walrus Man and Guido Man. Okay, that one was wrong, but you know what I mean. The Goatman. So this is really cool. These are the really weird looking like kind of characters and stuff, and it's great because we've seen them now in like Rebels and stuff like that, fleshed out a bit more of their species. Can't wait for this one. It's got horns, and also I love the color scheme on it, which is good. It's going to really sort of mix up the sort of your cantina scenes. We've also got Devilman or Malik. Is it? Nope, not turning into a musical. Malik, so Devilman, which is really cool. We haven't had a good version of him since, I was still using my Power of the Force 2 one from the 90s in a lot of my displays, so I'm actually going to finally have a good, decent Devilman in there. I might even pick up a couple, maybe try and do some like kind of customs, because there's some other great, I think it's Devorian, I want to say, species in the Star Wars universe. I might even pick up an extra one or two do some customs maybe, but also comes with a brand new sort of style cape. It's got blasters. The accessories on these are awesome as well. Finally, from the sort of Alien Cantina pack, we've got Wolfman, and need I say more? I'm just excited. I've tried to do a custom with like the reaction Wolfman figures, like from like the Universal things. It doesn't have quite the same feel. This feels right. This just feels good. I'm just looking forward to this. I'm happy. I'm happy. And I know what you're thinking. Is that all? No. But we'll get onto that in a minute. But yeah, so 4 aliens there. Really can mix up your cantina sort of diorama bit. I'm just beyond excited. I'm like going like, yeah. Next we've got the humans. First of all is Dr. Evazan. I can never say his name. I always go to say like Dr. Evagaban and end up saying like Azkaban and crossing franchises. It's very weird. But Dr. Evazan. Now, I didn't know he was human. It sounds stupid. When I was a kid, I just assumed he was an alien of some kind, like some kind of pig-nosed alien with a weird face. Because you do when you're a kid, you just sort of make blanks. And also when I was in the 90s, we didn't have all the huge amount of resources we do now to get information. I had like a couple of books and stuff like that. But, and just the pictures or just trying to pause the VHS. We didn't have the internet, and back in my day, we just paused the VHS and looked between the scan lines. Going, oh, yeah. This was such a glaring omission. We had Ponderbaba, aka Walrus Man, but we never had the Doctor. So you can't recreate that scene. Obviously, one of the best scenes ever, which I got to recreate in the Star Wars Secret Cinema they did in London. It was awesome. You can't recreate that scene with your figures. And it's one of those iconic scenes from the film. Like, everyone loves that scene. My friend doesn't like you. I don't like you either. Like all that. It's awesome. And what's good is though, now we've got the updated Ben Kenobi from Wave 2, we can do the proper recreation of it. So I am, again, beyond happy about this. It comes with a cool like waistcoat type thing as well, like soft goods. I love a bit of soft goods. Good thing about soft goods as well, you can swipe them off one figure and put them on another. So you can just go nuts and just make all your own combinations, which I kind of love. And the other one is, this is another one of those names I never know how to say, Were, 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 were. I'm gonna go were. Woohoo! Here he is, the grumpy bartender himself. Now, again, one of those figures I just really want. We had the bar in the Cantina set, obviously the play set we had, but we had no one to stand behind the bar. We didn't have a bartender. And, you know, he's a great character. I know he's so small, but that's the good thing about Ken of Star Wars. It didn't matter how small the character was. They got a toy most of the time. Or, like, you know, mini rig star, it's just off screen. But, you know, actual on screen, background 2-second aliens, or like one-line characters got figures. I mean, I don't know if we needed General Nadine, but we got General Nadine. But, you know, things like, you know, these characters are so iconic. And A New Hope is lacking a lot of those kind of characters and background fillers because, obviously, we'd moved on to Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, before the toy line got into really full swing. So we didn't get, like, that sort of awesome, diverse background, but we got what we got, and they didn't really revisit it until sort of maybe the last 17, when we had obviously a couple. But, you know, we just... we didn't get it, and now we do. And that's the great thing about this. Like, not everyone's going to like everything, and that's fine. You know, there's going to be certain figures like that, but, you know, these are like people's ideas and creations. People are going out there and trying to keep this fandom alive, trying to fill gaps in people's collections and going like, what did I really want? And then we all have those ideas. It's like, and then drunkenly, we normally go like, we should buy a bar or something like that. You know, it seems like a great idea to go, I'm going to get a factory to make new Star Wars figures designed, you know, like based on like the 80s. It sounds nuts, but these people are actually doing it, which is awesome. It just makes me happy. Because I sort of, you know, I had so many adventures trying to collect them all when I was younger with my mum. And now, like, as an adult, I can, you know, I still get excited. And one of the first people I tell about it, normally it's my wife, who kind of goes like, cool. Bless her. She humours me. But my mum still gets really excited when I find all these new and weird and wonderful creations. And so it really is sort of keeping a bit of my childhood alive. Yeah, granted, I didn't grow up in the 70s and 80s. I was born in 1990. So, but my experience with Star Wars Vintage is just as much like everyone else, because I had the start of the Power of the Force 2, but then most of the time in boot sales and market stalls and stuff like that, a lot of the Kenner figures were cheap as chips, next to nothing. And that was my whole thing. It was Star Wars. It didn't matter what series it was from, what line or what articulation, blah, 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 blah. It was Star Wars, and I want Star Wars. I love Star Wars. So yeah, but these are actually available for like pre-order now. That's the thing. So I think the window closes very, very soon. It's one of the reasons I wanted to do this video, because I know there's got to be like a minimum number, and I would hate for these not to be made, because we should be trying to support things like this, because like it's what keeps our hobby alive. There's only so many variations of a Tusken Raider with hollow cheeks, not hollow cheeks you can get. I want variation. I want to expand my story of Star Wars. I want to mess up with my displays with like weird and wonderful new things. So, you know, I'll put the links down below. The next 17, it's run by a guy called Graham, who was absolutely lovely. You know, I've spoken to him a few times because I've had questions about obviously things I want to sort of review and stuff like that. And I've had questions. I interviewed him for the original Evant Mon figure, but like there is a certain minimum number for the quote from the factory. And I think he's only a few off it. So he might have even reached it by this point. I don't know. But I would hate for anyone to miss out on these figures, because there won't be a second run. It's a kind of a one and done kind of deal. So once they've done it, it's been done. So, you know, just like I said, get out there, support it. You know, you can buy different versions of it. But I did also forget to mention one other thing. So, talk about accessories. So, yes, a lot of these come with like, things like the cups, for example. A cup is it might seem like an odd thing, but actually think about it. When you have a cantina scene, wouldn't it be good if they had drinks? And they do. They all have drinks, which is pretty awesome. So, you can get an accessory pack. So, not only do you get the cups with Wah and Dr. Evazan Azkaban, but you can actually get a pack with 3 cups in it, and you'll notice thermal detonator. How did we not get a thermal detonator back in like Kenner days? Normally it would have been just like a bead on a stick maybe or something, but I would have taken that, but don't have to now, because now we've got actual thermal detonators. That means my Bosch Leia, like this picture, can actually hold a thermal detonator. How awesome is that? And you can buy like multiples of those. I've already racked up a few, because I want to just I want to have the cups in like loads of different aliens' hands and stuff like that. I might even use some in my Jabba display as well, actually. cups all around. And I want to make a little weapon storage like thing with the thermal detonators on it. Like maybe in the stormtrooper barracks could look really cool. Yeah, just there's so much I can do with it. So much I can do with it. It just makes me really happy. And I've probably said that about 60 times, and you're probably bored of me talking already. But like I said, support these new sort of custom figures. I think they're a wonderful thing to be made. I think they're a wonderful idea. I've got some, and I can attest to the quality of them. And this is actually from a new factory, from the other figures as well. So I think, like, even though the quality, even though it's been brilliant so far, I think it's going to be up another level, which is always awesome. And the soft goods bits of it, yeah, just good. It's just good old-fashioned Star Wars, but in a brand new way. So yeah, check out thenext17.com. I'll add the links. There is a Patreon, which is good because it helps fund like molding and stuff like that, and you get sneak previews and kind of calls. And in this time, you actually even get like an exclusive weapon when you pre-order as well. There's a whole little exclusive thing going on if you're a Patreon subscriber. So check out the Next 17, and I'll be back very soon. I'll actually be reviewing these figures, so you can get a proper in close look at the figures, what they're like, what they display like, compare them to some other things. We've also got some Stan Solo creations coming up, because I've got like there's a speeder, there's like loads of individual figures like Ula and stuff like that. Pro customs, I've got some of the Air Droid figures, I've got Trash Compact, I've got some great stuff. There's just so many good Angry Raccoon miniatures, which is another great one you should check out. Yeah, lots coming. The helmet's going to be reviewed as well. That was just a little. I had it to hand. I got it for Christmas because I was really good last year, whatever. But yeah, so thank you for watching. I'm Ryan Speaks Geek. It's good to be back, and I'll see you all soon, ish.